Hi you guys, it's Astrology, your TikTok astrologer and human design reader, though I can't yet apply human design here. We'll worry about that later. I decided to write down in my little notes app on my phone all the predictions that I made before the cast was announced. I've seen tweets, I've seen your comments, I've seen that people are like, oh, you're right about some things, you're wrong about others. That's okay. I'm doing this for fun and I'm gonna be real. I decided to write everything out because I can't keep track of what I'm saying. I'm not speaking out of my ass, but I'm not calculated when I look at an astrology chart. I like to go in authentically in the moment and see what I see and do it like that, which means that I'm making predictions and calls and I'm like not fully remembering them because I'm just kind of a vessel in that moment. Oh, that sounds cringy, but it's my truth. I'm not even gonna call myself intuitive. It's just that I just follow whatever I see in the moment. I have ADHD, so maybe that's where this comes from. Anyways, the predictions are from, like I said, before the cast was out and announced. So they were based on astrology placements in the birth chart of the season, plus the transits alone. This is one of those videos. I think I had 4. Yeah, this is the other one. Like literally one comment, guys. Like go check that shit out because, well, maybe it won't make sense because you'd have to apply it the way I'm applying it now that I know the cast. Anyways, I made a prediction list and I figured out who it was relevant for. So starting off, Aries gaining attention but for like criticism and feeling constrained through their actions. Sincere KC, a little bit Kata, she has an Aries Mars. They have the Aries suns. I think he has a moon, Mercury, and then he's got Sun, Venus, Mercury. Okay, so it's like those two will be the strongest, but there will be something with her, I'm sure. And then the Geminis, a reset around 3rd week because of the Gemini new moon that took place this past Monday. And we're in the 3rd week right now. And we've seen that these two switched up their couples and they locked in, whatever that means. And Brinity also kind of locked in. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, I don't want to switch up with Brinity. I can't say that there's going to be, but because especially like Bryce looks like he could be one of the winners or they're in the final. But what I can say is they both locked in. I feel like a lot of people were like the will they, won't they? Oh, they're just friends. Oh, she doesn't like him. They literally had their own miscommunication that happened right before this Gemini new moon, and then they got on the same page, especially with this like writing challenge that they had or the recoupling. I feel like it really helped a lot of them like kind of establish their sense of security, especially for Trinity, because words of affirmation are going to matter a lot to her with her Gemini moon. And Bryce is Gemini Venus, so yeah, they're so cute. Then next we have Taurus. Taurus around Casa will be a wounding experience. And I didn't really specify around Casa. I just said around like week 3 and on in that video. But I feel like I ran through it a little too fast. But this is what I meant. And that will be relevant for Kata and Jen. I don't believe that Zach is a Taurus moon. I simply don't. Because of the way that their connection works, it gives me 12th house moon synastry. I can't explain it further than that. It's like paranoia city, actually, is how I would explain it. Anyways, Kata has a Taurus moon. She will really be affected by whatever goes on at Casa. And then Jen has the Taurus, Venus, and Mercury, I believe. So I have a feeling she might not even make it to Casa, or she's just going to kind of be like, she's going to match up with someone else and probably be the one to do the wounding. I don't know. I just don't know if I see her really doing too much here, but, you know, love the girl. And then we have Virgo. They will have a wording crisis and a switch up later. Now, this is also going to be relevant second half is much, but like the switch up later is the second half. The first half is the wording crisis. So I have a feeling that we've already kind of seen some of that go down. The people that it will affect would have been Anaya, Zach, and Corbin. We see that every single challenge, Zach has some bullshit that falls out of it. Anaya was caught in that weird, what the hell is going on? Why am I not your number one? When, again, I don't think his actions lined up, which Aries. But then the end of their conversation, she was like, it flipped on me, I don't know what's happening. And also I felt like when she interrupted, if you guys know anything about human design as a projected energy, like when she interrupted their conversation, I was like, no, baby girl. The timing was off. Like, I don't even think anything bad would have happened if she had just like left it and they talked about it later, because he could have just reaffirmed her. But in that moment, the timing was not right. Which I don't even know if she's a projector. It was projected energy for sure. And she like, how you say in the human design world, her projected energy penetrated that moment and it blew up in her face, and it just made me sad. I want better for her, though, I will say. Anyways, there's a switch up later coming. So I'm looking at all these 3 for Casa. And then any Aquariuses were going to be polarizing as fuck. That was like something I mentioned. And we saw what happened with that guy and his career, like, outside. Like, that was crazy. And yeah, like, again, these 2 got voted out, like, first and second. So I don't know, it's like kind of interesting. Jen, Sol, and Melanie. Jen has the Aquarius moon like Bia did, so she could be next. And then Sol and Melanie have the Aquarius Mars. So again, the Mars is not quite as relevant, but it actually is because they're both Scorpio people. So it's actually gonna affect them a lot. So we'll see how long they last. It almost seems like the Aquarius placements are just getting sent through the ringer, and then they're just like getting their salad tossed and then thrown around. So we'll see what happens with this. Melanie has a good chart for like continuing in this game, but no one else does. So we will see what happens there. In Cancers, they will garner the most attention and get very lucky. They could even win, which I didn't say here, but that's what I've been watching for. And so far we have Bryce, Melanie, Sol, and Kenzie have that Jupiter in Cancer. Bryce has his sun in Cancer. Melanie has her moon in Cancer. And the moon is what I've noticed to be the most potent for the winner. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, they need to get their act together if they want to win. Anyways, Anaya has a progressed Cancer moon, so that's why she's on this list, but it's really like a possibly kind of thing. Same with the 3. Like, these 3 are just possibly, but these 2 have, like, I think they're in luck here. I think they're going to win, especially because Melanie got saved. We don't know if she would have gone home over Bia, because, like, her situation was kind of going crazy at the moment, and then the producers were like, Corbin, you can pick, and it's like they knew who he was going to pick. So I feel like she got saved by the producers in that moment because she makes good television. So we will see how far that gets her. Now the second luckiest sign, Leo, which is interesting because Anaya is on both of these lists. So I think she will be, I think she's going to make it to the end to some capacity unless her situation blows up girl crazy. But I don't know if she will win. But I will say that, like, Anaya has potential to be saved and go very far as well, but closer to the end, which is why I'm like, she'll probably be in the final. And Gabe, this man has a Leo Venus. So I don't know. Like, he already kind of got lucky because, like, yeah, he was partnered with B. In my opinion, like, Jen coming in and, like, America putting them together, like, it's kind of lucky. That's kind of lucky. We'll see how long he lasts, though. He only has a Leo Venus. She has a Leo moon and Jupiter. So she will be benefiting from the Leo situation the most. But there's also a big issue and prominent split with the Leo and someone else. So only time will tell, guys. Only time will tell. You could say that already happened for him, but I don't think it's over yet. I don't think it's over. And I think it will happen after Casa because she has a reoccurring transit coming up. But I have another video on that. Then we also have Aquarius and Capricorn. Now, Aquarius was already in my polarizing, getting their salad tossed thing up there. But because they're going to be opposite of these lucky placements, they also get a little bit of luck. So they might be involved in the messy situation, though, with the Leo placement. So that's relevant for Jen, which, okay, Jen and Gabe, we see that. Kata, Sincere, Casey, okay, so Casey and Anaya, and then Zach. So we actually do have some couples that are lining up with this. I think the Capricorn energy will benefit a little bit more than the Aquarius energy. So that would mean Sincere and Casey benefit a little bit more than Jen, Kata, and Zach do. Again, what does that mean? Girl, I don't know. Damn, that's a long ass video. But if you're still here, you can always purchase readings at the link in my bio, and I will get back as quickly as possible.